An arson investigation in the Santa Cruz Mountains after 4 fires ignite in just over a week. Tonight, a packed house meeting where concerned neighbors heard from fire officials.
There have been 4 fires within 10 days, and all in the same area, all starting right around my house.
Neighbors say there's no question they have an arsonist lighting fires around the Lexington Reservoir area. Good evening. I'm Greg Lee.
And I'm Claudine Wong. More than 100 people packed a community meeting to hear from investigators about the fires and potential increased risk in the heat of summer. KTVU's Mark Sayer joins us now from Redwood Estates Community Center after attending that meeting. Mark?
Well, Greg and Colleen, with the high fire danger around here, what's called the Lexington Basin, you can understand that residents in the neighboring communities are on high alert, and fire officials tonight came to this community center behind us to brief residents, but there was not a whole lot they could tell them about the status of this investigation. On the roadways surrounding the recent fires, you will see signs like this one saying arson caused this fire. And while fire investigators are not yet confirming the 4 fires are the work of an arsonist, residents like Tyler Hout say there is definitely a heightened sense of alert.
Obviously, it's hot time of the year and everything like that, so you'd think maybe it's a spark from a car or something, but there's been enough happening to where it just seems odd. That they would be happening in a similar location. This map shows the series of fires. The first fire was reported around 4:30 in the morning on July 15th, a second on July 20th, and then 2 last Friday, one at 11 a.m. and another just after 5 p.m.
It was about 150, 200 yards from my house. And I saw the smoke coming up about 5 in the afternoon.
Alan Whitman lives just across the creek from Friday night's fire called the Water Fire and captured this video of a CAL FIRE helicopter making a water drop. Whitman says he doesn't have any doubt these fires are the work of an arsonist.
There's no question at all, because there have been 4 fires within 10 days, and all in the same area, all starting right around my house, pretty close.
This has got to be a huge concern.
Very big concern. I mean, do you know how hard it is to get fire insurance these days?
The most important thing that we can have everybody do right now is be prepared.
A large group of residents turned out for a community meeting Tuesday night, and while officials could not answer many specific questions, they did let the community know investigating this series of fires is a high priority.
It's very concerning, and again, it's based on where they are occurring. They're occurring in the Lexington Basin area, which we have significant fire history in that area. The Lexington fire back in the 80s.
Now, fortunately, so far, nobody has been injured in any of these 4 fires, and nor have any structures been destroyed. CAL FIRE is actually leading this investigation with assistance from the Santa Clara County Fire Department and also the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Department. Claudine, back to you.
Yeah, Mark, are they giving neighbors any tips? I mean, when you have someone who's saying it's all from right across from where I live, certainly, what are they supposed to do as they wait for investigators to try to figure out who's responsible?
Yeah, one of the main themes at the meeting tonight for these residents was to make sure that they are registered with the various alert systems. So if something comes up, they get an alert as quickly as possible. Of course, there's also the standard advice of defensible space. But here in these mountain communities, the people that live here know well of the fire dangers in this area, and a lot of them are way ahead of the curve on things like defensible space around the house. But they really want to make sure people are on the alert systems and are getting these alerts as quickly as possible in the event another fire breaks out, either by an arsonist or natural causes.
Absolutely. All right. Good advice. All right. Mark Sayer, thanks for that report. Well, Nevada police